Well, welcome back to another Dynodaze video. I hope you're all well. As you can see, an EP3 in black in the house today for a tune on his K-Pro ECU. So we think we may have mapped this before, but you guys on the YouTube channel will know if we have, because there'll be a video for it. So I will look for that a bit later on today. Previous owner had it tuned, but first up today, stick it on the dyno, see what she makes, and then see if we can improve on that. It's had some modifications since its last map, so we're hoping to gain a bit of power, but we shall certainly find out. Here we go. So you definitely want pops and bags then?
Yeah.
Okay. Black EP3, been tuned before. Some people think that we might have tuned this before, but it's not on our dyno computer.
It's definitely not one of our maps. I read the file off.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it's definitely not one of ours.
It's definitely been mapped elsewhere prior to arriving here.
Yeah. Don't know who's mapped it. Yeah, no idea. But he said he made some hardware changes though, didn't he? So
that's why it is here.
So that's why it is here. But we made some good gains, to be fair. We made some good gains on the low end.
Yeah.
It was very lumpy, shall we say, before. Not saying there's anything wrong with the tune. That might have just been through to the modifications that it's had.
Of course, that's right. Because we're tuning each car on its own merit. And by the time it arrives here, whatever is the case is what we're tuning with.
Yeah. We started again anyway, so it doesn't really make any difference to us. Yeah, made some power everywhere, basically. Made some power at the bottom end, sort of leveled out just before the VTEC changeover. And then made some power up top, which is nice.
Finished on 240.
Characteristics in this car are a little bit different to the norm, if I want to be brutally honest. We sort of normally cut VTEC in at 4.6. We had VTEC in at 4.6 on this, and it seemed to
struggle.
Well, I won't use the word struggle, but it had a dip in it. And normally when you see dips in them like that. They've got cams in them.
I did ask the question and the customer wasn't sure.
Yeah, I didn't know. I don't think it has got a set of cams in it, because the way the cam timing went when we did cam timing would suggest it's on standard cams. But maybe just a combination of mods on this car, it just didn't like the changeover at 4.6. So we upped that to 5,000. That seemed to alleviate any little divots in the mid-range. We didn't really lose any power either in the mid-range, so that's sort of where the setup was happy. So we moved it to 5,000 and then carried on tuning. So yeah, end good result.
Drop some bombs.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all you're going to get out of this setup. On my own personal car, I think I made about another 5 brake horsepower, but I did modify the 4-to-1 manifold to collector to 3-inch, which did make 5 brake horsepower worth a difference. So I think
was that an extra half an inch?
I can't remember if they're 2 1/4 or they're 2 1/2. I can't remember. Maybe they're 2.5 or 2.4 external and the 2 1/4 internal. But yeah,
I was being facetious.
I know you were. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So anyway, I think that's all in all a really good result.
Excellent. Should we look at the graph?
Let's have a look at that graph.
Let's do it.
So there we go, the graph, and as Richard said, mid-range, a little bit lumpy obviously originally, but we've sorted that out as best we can and we've made some power, looking good. Wheel horsepower across the graph looking nice and beefy. Beefy is the word. 240 brake, 194 at the wheels. Thanks ever so much for getting to the end of the video, guys. You've probably seen that I had to tape this down. But a beautiful looking engine bay, a beautiful car. Not much more to be said about it, but we love EP3s. If you've got an EP3, you want some advice on parts, or you need a map, or you generally just want to talk to me about Honda Civics, that's also cool. You can Instagram us, Facebook us, YouTube us. If you're really old school, pick up the phone. And we'll see you on the next one, won't we, Rich? He said we will indeed.
Before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast.